Hey guys, welcome back to another one. This is Crypto Elite, home to the #1 Theta community. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe. And if you're interested in purchasing one of these NFTs, there's only 20 minted and going to be 20 sold. It's a beta for premium content of exclusive videos. There's going to be governance in a community, almost like a decentralized autonomous organization. They cost 200 T-Fuel each. I will post all the information you need to know in the description below. And I went more into depth in my previous video on everything you want to know about it. In this video, we are going to be talking about Hollywood and NFTs. Now that the crypto market has died down quite a bit, there's some questions whether Hollywood is still interested or still has an appetite for NFTs whatsoever. So I thought it was very interesting after I saw this article, and it's after the crypto crash. Has Hollywood given up on NFTs? And I know even in my community, there's a lot of people who go back and forth on whether Theta should have been as focused on NFTs or not. So let's dig into what this Bloomberg article has to say about it. But they say a lot of studios are running away from NFTs, but few producers and executives aren't ready to give them up. So let's check it out. They go into talking about NFTs, and then at the beginning of the year, the Spotify chief content officer approached her programming team with a new idea for a podcast. What if they made a show about NFTs and got major celebrities who own them, such as Jimmy Fallon, Kevin Hart, and Snoop Dogg, to voice the characters? At the time, because once upon a time, NFTs were pretty much any and everything that people talked about. If we check out Google Trends, you can see here that it initially started, the first big wave of NFT interest was in 2021 around March. And then it did die down, it did subside. However, it came back like a rocket ship during the crypto bull market and the bull cycle. Once again, in 2022, that's when it peaked, right at the beginning of this year. And since then, it has slid very, very aggressively. And that's where we are now. We're in this awkward spot where, is NFTs still in? Do people still care about it? And if we check out the article, like so many forward-thinking media executives, they have been swept up by everything crypto. She bought a Bored Ape, which was, something that a lot of celebrities did at the time. And if we just check a quick website over here, we can see that a lot of celebrities bought their Bored Apes. As you can see here, DJ Khaled got one, Mark Cuban got one, Snoop Dogg got one, Steph Curry got one, Post Malone, any and everyone who was a celebrity at the time, they had some disposable income, and it was almost a status symbol to get yourself a Bored Ape. So that is something that everyone did. And a lot of people even changed their Twitter handle to add that .eth at the end, kind of like I added the .theta, but I'm definitely going to keep it there. So the podcast was one of many things that was brought up. There was a couple other things that were also brought up related to crypto and NFT, and that was the pop star Shawn Mendes option an NFT character for a potential film and TV project. And that was also something that people started rallying around as well. So anonymous content and pop star Shawn Mendes option NFT character for film and TV. And it was something, unfortunately, all of this stuff, it got shut down. So many of these ideas, though not all of them, have been abandoned through the subsequent crash in crypto prices. So the Spotify project never quite got off the ground because it was very, very expensive. And the network didn't want to buy a reality series just in the world of NFTs. Maybe if it was different timing where everything was in the up and up, but now everything is not on the up and up, and maybe NFTs were just a fad. So a lot of large companies don't want to dish out a lot of money for something that is not applicable anymore. So a lot of studios are running away from NFTs right now. And if you sit down and listen to some of the pitches, it sounds pretty awesome. Creative people can produce a piece of digital art, turn it into an NFT, raise money from fans, and then only a certain number of people can buy those NFTs, receive access to a gated community. Members get early looks at new products and communicate with their peers. And I think Theta has done a fantastic job with this, with some of their previous releases. If we go to their drops, the one that happened not too long ago, the Smile song drop featuring Operation Smile, I thought that was fantastic. They even created a new website, and you can't get into this website unless you have an NFT. So that embodies exactly what this was talking about. And it just drives that extra attention of wanting to get that NFT because you want to see what's behind that wall. So NFTs offer the promise of more intimate interaction between a filmmaker or musician and their audience, and it allows people to raise money and do additional things. So as promised, it sounds really, really great. And let's see, the article here says that some people feel like this time is different than the last time, because last time the major currencies, when they dropped down, NFT sales plummeted by about 90%, and people just totally lost interest and they never came back to it. But he says this time is different. Most people lost interest, but there's still a core group of entrepreneurs, financiers, and artists who are plugging away at their projects. So every time before this, it felt like it was a fluke. Let's pack up and go home, but this time it feels different. And he goes on to talk about a couple different projects that are still continuing, still grinding it out, even in the crypto winter. And I think that is the best time to grind it out when there's no distractions. You have to have good content or make good things, or else people really are not going to pay attention to it. So they say there's been no slowdown in activity. There's been multi-year deals with different networks, and they go on to talk about how The Walking Dead is also going to do something very soon. And overall, in summary, he says, I don't think Hollywood appetite has lessened. So everyone wants to take a breath, calm down, and take the right strategy. And then one thing which everyone agrees is that the crypto crash has separated opportunists interested in a quick buck from the true believers. So in summary, guys, my personal opinion on this, I couldn't agree more. Kind of like what I alluded to before, in the crypto winter, when things are not as hyped, that's when the developers can really sit down. They can start, not focusing on all the distractions and just grind it out. And if people don't like what they're creating, they're not going to buy it. So only the best developed apps, NFTs, and communities will survive during this time. So that is my thoughts on this. And I don't think, just like they said, Hollywood has not dropped their interest whatsoever. If you go to Theta Drop, once again, if we look through the drops, we can see the Price is Right recently added to the overall drops. The American Idol series is continuing with their drops. The Theta Jukebox, like I said, I think that will continue to grow. There's the Sony spatial reality display that was paused momentarily, and that was at the initial downfall with the Terra Luna crash. That's when they paused it momentarily, but they came out and continued it. So there's a lot of things going on in the background that is still continuing to grind out. I don't think Hollywood or anyone has lost their appetite in NFTs. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.